currently, we are, Teach to Reach is a full recognized school by the state of Michigan. So if you attend here at Teach to Reach Barber College, then you can attend, you can earn 1,800 hours and then go to the state of Michigan to take a state licensing test for your barber license and become a licensed professional barber. So that's where we're at now. We offer cosmetology as well. So that's where we're at now. And you may have heard Amber say something about this big word called esthetician.
Mhm.
So what that means is it's skincare. So anyone who's interested in skincare, that's what that you're considering an esthetician when you specialize in skincare. Cosmetology is hair, skin, and nails, and barbering is hair, skin, and nails as well. But more so, it focuses on clipper cutting, a lot of clipper cutting, and male grooming.
Mhm.
So that's what we do.
All right. Anybody got any questions for him? Well, introduce yourself when you ask a question. Go ahead. Uh, who wants to say something? Go ahead, Antonio. Then Omar.
Good afternoon. I'm Antonio Sweeney, and I serve as the president of Youth Ambassadors. And I just want to say thank you so much for being on here, and it's a pleasure meeting you all. But one question that I have: how are you guys still operating during the pandemic? Like, what is that looking like?
Perfect. That is a great question, Antonio. Thank you, and it's a pleasure to meet you. I love your professionalism. I love the way you introduced yourself, and keep doing great things. I'm sure you hold that position because you're very intelligent and very professional. So good job. Um, the question pertaining to how are we operating during the pandemic? Well, it's a little bit challenging, but we still try to make the best of it as best we can. When clients come to us to get services, they have to keep their mask on, and we only do services right now that don't require them to remove their mask. So we do try to practice social distancing by keeping 6 feet apart. We sanitize and we make sure that the areas stay clean, and we use disinfectants to keep bacteria and germs away. And we just keep operating as best we can, and we pray a lot. Prayer is the key. So, and we just try to stay safe as best we can. But great question. Thank you. What have you ever been interested in barbering, or do you know anyone who's a barber? And what is your take on barbering?
For me personally, I always had an interest to kind of like learn how to cut my own hair so I can like save some money instead of me going to the shop every week. So honestly, I don't really know anybody like in my family or anything like that close related who's actually like done the whole barbering thing. But 100% I'll be interested in the future.
Awesome. Well, let me just encourage you by saying this. Barber professionals can be found in a vast variety of fields and occupations. So there's opportunities to do platform artistry work. There's opportunities to do modeling. There's opportunities to work behind the scenes on with movies, in theater and different things like that. Do you know Steve Harvey used to pay his barber like, was it like some crazy amount, like $5,000 a haircut or something like that? I mean, so you can cut for the stars, and so the possibilities in this career, in this field, are literally endless. And so we have so much fun learning and having your own business, being an entrepreneur, even having a school if that's what you choose to do. So the opportunities here are very vast. So did you guys want to say anything? All right, cool. I hope that helps.
Did it help, Antonio?
Yes, sir. Very informative.
Okay. Omar.
Y'all hear me?
Introduce yourself.
My name Omar Young, the son of Omar Young Sr. So I'm a junior. But I was gonna ask, what made you start wanting to do hair? Or like, yeah, that's it really.
That's a great question. Omar, good to see you again. And I love your locks, by the way. So, what got me interested in doing hair is because I like to make people feel good about themselves. So, when I figured out there was a way that I could do this and earn money, I was all on board. I was just ready for it. So that was just something that interested me. I like to just talk to people. You have to be a people person to be in this field because people talk to you when they're in your chair. If you're a barber professional, they talk to you about their family. They talk to you about things going on in their lives. And so I'm a people person and I like that. And I like to make people feel good about themselves. And this industry helps me to do that. So thank you for your question. It was a great question.
Who's that,
Thank
AJ?
you.
Thank you, Omar. Who's that, AJ?
Yes. My name is AJ Hill, and my question is, how long have you been a hairstylist?
Okay, I've been a hairstylist for over 20 years, believe it or not. I can't believe it sometimes myself when I say that, but it goes by fast. It goes by really, really fast. So yes, I've been in the field for over 20 years and I love it. So that goes to, I mean, being in the field for that long and still in it and loving what you do, that goes to say something about the career itself and the rewards I get. It's very rewarding. It's a very rewarding career. So I love it.
All right.
Thank you for your question.
We have Matthew, and then we have Cameron. Go ahead, Matthew.
My question was it hard learning, and how long did it take you to like be successful at it?
That is a great question, one that I get asked a lot, especially when someone is interested in joining our program. So can I let one of the future professionals kind of answer that question or speak to that as far as if it's hard or difficult or and if you know what it takes to be successful in this field and how many hours? I'm gonna let one of them answer. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Jeremy? Thank you, Jeremy. Oh, sorry.
All right, it's Jeremy again. To answer the question, absolutely not. It's not hard. Um, I'm a firm believer that me personally, I can achieve whatever I put my mind to, and you all are much younger than I am, which means you still got a lot left. You got a lot of energy. You should have a lot of ambition. Um, if this is something that you're interested in or whatever it is you're interested in, you don't think about the hard aspect of it. You think about what you need to do to be successful. This program is designed to help you succeed. Me personally, I started off cutting hair just like most people did. I started off experimenting on myself, and I remember I turned my clippers on, and I didn't even know how to set the blade, and I touched my head, and I'm talking about I had a gash, looked like somebody had popped me in my eye. I took all the hair off, and once you take it off, you can't put it back on. So that right there was enough to make me want to know, okay, how did I take this hair off? It made me want to know, how to set the clippers in, so I won't make the same mistakes over and over again. You know what I mean? It made me want to know how to blend it in, how to fade it, how to make it look right. And with all the different hairstyles that we all wearing today, the sky is the limit as far as learning, what to do and how to master it. I was just speaking to Miss Keisha here, our teacher, last week was challenging for me because in this program, you not only learn how to cut hair, but you learn how to style hair as well. So I was thinking to myself, like, as a man, how am I going to accomplish this? You know what I mean? And I had two female clients came in, and what's that word y'all be saying? Y'all when you slay it, you know what I mean? I slayed the hairstyles for both of those women, with the help of my instructor, of course. But it was rewarding because I was able to post my work, on social media, and my page just got flooded with nothing but positivity. You know what I mean? So that boosted my confidence. That boosted everything inside of me to make me want to keep going. You know what I mean? Because like I said, failure is not an option. You know what I mean? So if there's something that you got your mind set on, go for it. Go for it. Right now, to take this course, it's about a year long. It's 1,800 hours. And you just got to be ready to grind. It's just like anything else. Just like going to school. It's just like playing sports. You got to be ready to grind and keep in your mind that when you get done, it's a reward at the end. And the reward is, as long as you show up at work every day, you can collect a nice bag behind this profession right here. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind as well.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Cameron?
Thank you, Jeremy.
Good afternoon. My name is Cameron, and I had a question revolving like the business aspect of it. I was wondering, like, on the come up, like, did you guys find any traction, like, starting your own business, trying to, promote it? Can you describe like the time you were trying to like promote yourself?
Wow, yes. So I'm not gonna say it's been an easy road to achievement, but I will say that it's definitely worth it. Marketing myself and getting the word out there. At first, I was really afraid. I was like, well, what are people how are they going to perceive me? What are they going to think of my business? What are they going to think of my business practices? So my goal was to make sure that everything that I did and I represented myself in a professional way. So your professional image is so important because they see you represent your image in everything you do. When you speak, when you post something, when you display your work, all of that reflects on who you are. And it tells people a little bit of something about you. And so that's important. So making sure that your professionalism is on point with everything that you do, I think that helped me a lot. Just making sure that I present myself in a way that people understood my character, understood, my passion for this industry. And then they made them want to be a part of it. So if you represent yourself in a professional way, I think that's marketing enough, if that makes sense.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Yeah, it does. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Can we get a question from a young lady?
I have a question.
Go ahead, Miracle.
So I'm like learning how to do my own hair, which I've been learning for like a year now. And how long did it take you? Did you ever like want to do your own hair, like your family hair and stuff? And wait, makes sense. Okay. So did you start doing your own hair before like you did everybody else's hair?
Yes, I think that's how we all start off. Like Jeremy said, he cut his own hair and, he fumbled up on it and was like, okay, I got to figure out how to do this right. Well, see, my thing was I wanted to color my hair. So I wanted blonde hair. So I experimented a lot with color before I became a licensed professional. So yes, that's how that kind of prepares you for the field in itself, because you trial and error. You mess up and you figure out how to do it right. And then you say, okay, well, I could do this for a living, because then you perfect it. So absolutely. I used to do my hair and my mom's hair often when I was much younger. Yep.
Real quick. So I must help y'all out. I used to have hair, but and now it's funny. I can laugh at it now. I used to have a high top that was high. And of course, back in the day, everybody wanted to do something to their hair. So I had an S curl in, then I put in a Duke set. My brother held me down and actually burnt my hair. So then I lost my hair. But I think I look good with it without it. So Just a little joke.
You do.
Right? Just a little jokey joke. Anybody else have a question?
I got a question.
Go ahead.
First off, my name's Aquavius Beard. I wish on my face right now, but I'm kind of changing clothes.
Okay.
So I know everything has its challenges. So like, how did you overcome those challenges that you faced, and how are you overcoming them now?
Again, trial and error. A lot of falling, a lot of disappointment, a lot of, sometimes discouragement from others, and you just kind of look past all of that and you keep pressing. It's perseverance, it's determination. It's saying to yourself, you know what, I want to achieve this no matter what, and I'm going to fight till the end, and then it happens. Then it happens. Not to be religious or anything like that, but I pray a lot, and I seek God for a lot of the things that I do. So again, not to get too much into religion or anything like that, but just seeking that higher power, and just knowing that sometimes, when you get overwhelmed, it's okay to step back, regroup, and then go back at it again as best you can.
I have another question.
Go ahead.
Growing up, did you ever think that you'll have your own business?
I did. As a child, I always, actually, when I was in high school, there was a lady that came to our school, and she did a presentation about business and things like that. And I thought, this is the most professional lady I've ever met, and I want to be just like her. I want to have my own business. And so she inspired me as a young person. And so I knew then that I wanted to have my own business in some capacity. I just didn't know what. Until I got into the field of cosmetology, of course, and then it went from there. So my true passion is to help others, and that's what I like to do. So, yeah.
I have another question as well. So, especially like, in the African American, Black community, there are a lot of people who do hair and things of that nature. However, they aren't certified. So like, what kind of like made you want to push this? And your students, feel free to answer this as well, to kind of get like certified by the state and all that.
All right. He's calling for you all to make a response. Okay, I am. I'm going to let them answer that question. Great question. Great question.
Becoming, you want to become licensed in your field. It says that you've taken the time to learn your craft. That's very important. There are people out here that are in what we call ghetto salons, and it hurts us because they're talented. Some of them are good. They can do hair. My daughter can do hair. They're good at it. But let's say they have shedding going on, and if I say, do you know what alopecia is? Do you know what antigen, catagen, telogen is? No, they don't know that. They don't know what to do a lot of times when they have shedding or they have breakage going on. They just know how to stop. So and when you're in school, you learn so much. Just like if you guys are in school, you're learning. Even with this, I don't know Omar, but from what I have heard of him, he's teaching you some things, and you're learning and you're growing. So whatever field that you get into, you want to, especially if it's a field like this, you want to understand that field inside and out. I don't know if you guys remember that movie, Drumline. Nick Cannon played in it, okay? And you remember they found out that, okay, he could play by ear, but he couldn't read music. And when they found out about that, the instructor said, hey, you know what? If you don't take the time out to learn your craft, then frankly, you don't need to be here. You're on a university and you can't even read music. So it pushes you. You learn more in whatever field that you're in when you go to school, when you become educated. It's not just, oh, I can do this or I can do that, or I can style hair. It's more to it than that. And I just think that it's good to to become licensed, to learn your craft. And I mean, and then there's so much to this industry, so much from the business side to it. If you want to specialize, I mean, I'm also an esthetician. So, because I like skin. A lot of young people, they don't know how to take care of their skin. They have a lot of blackheads, whiteheads, or when they see a pimple, they're doing this right here, busting it, and they're using their fingers, and you touch everything, and that's bacteria. When you bust something, you bust it open, well, now you got bacteria going in there, and then eventually you end up with a dark spot, which is called hyperpigmentation. But I wouldn't have known that if I hadn't gone to school to learn that and what to do for that. So it's good to to go to school, learn your craft, and then go out and pursue it and help others. That's my take on it.
Thank you. Anybody else have a question?
I just wanted to say real quickly to kind of support what she was saying. It goes back to accountability. When you're in a profession and you're doing a profession, say for the sake of barbering, but you're not licensed, then you diminish the credibility of that profession. You're held accountable not only to yourself and to the state and to the laws and the regulations that govern that profession, but you're held accountable to the clients that come and sit in your chair, because when you're not licensed, you put them at risk. So it's about accountability, it's about being professional, and it's about holding up those standards and ethics for that profession. So getting licensed is very, very important, and there shouldn't be any shortcuts when it comes to that. So that's all I have.
Thank you so much. Do anybody else have a question?
Nope.
Mr. D?
Hey everybody, I'm sorry for my tardiness. I was in another meeting and I ran over.
Before you start, Mr. D, give an introduction to Ms. Norman of who you are and your position.
So I was sitting here when I got on the call. I said, wait a minute. I said, Keisha Norman. I wasn't thinking when we talked about it. So fun fact. When I was first starting out speaking, you guys, before it was Mr. Dennis, when I was in you all seats and just starting out, Miss Norman gave me actually one of my first opportunities to speak publicly. Each year she does for Martin Luther King Day, she does an event. And I'll never forget, I was in high school. I was just graduating high school, and she gave me an opportunity to speak as one of the speakers at her event. And so we go back. She was one of the funds. I'm forever indebted to her because she was one of the first people that gave me a shot. And I've been blessed since then to travel across this country, as you all know, speaking to young people, and now being over this program. But it all started with people like Keisha Norman. And so I'm forever indebted to you, and to have you come back and be able to speak to my program, it gave me great joy. I had to sit down for a minute. I'm like, wait a minute, because I wasn't thinking when Mr. Omar had told me, we were talking about the speakers and stuff like that, and I just didn't even realize it, and I apologize for that. So it's so good to see you, so good to see that you're doing well, still looking the same. Absolutely.
Thank you. It's good to see you as well.
Absolutely. Malachi, you got a question?
Yeah, I got a question for her. How long have you went? Oh, my name is Malachi, and how long did you go to college for this?
how long did I go to college for the barbering program or to own my own business?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just answer
I
both of both of those questions.
Okay. So, yes, I do have a college degree. I do have my MBA. It's in nonprofit organization. And I also, I'm licensed as a barber and a barber instructor. So I've been in school for with barbering for, it takes about 1,800 hours for the barbering program, which is about a year. And then it takes an additional 400 hours for the instructor's program, which is about 3 months or so, give or take. So all in all, because it hasn't been consistent, it's been in different stages of my life. But all in all, I would say I've dedicated like 12 or more years to education. So yes.
But it's well worth it, though. It's
Right,
well
that's what I was
worth
getting
it.
ready to say.
Yeah.
That's something
It's
she
well worth
enjoyed
it.
doing.
Yes.
And Mrs. Norman, she's very, very humble. She's very, very humble. But she's literally a trailblazer in the hair industry.
Mhm.
Believe it or not, she's very, very humble. That's one of the things I love about her. But she's definitely a trailblazer, not just in the city of Flint, but the state of Michigan for sure. So it's
Appreciate
well
you.
worth it.
Thank you so much.
Mhm.
Absolutely,
Thank you.
Mhm.
absolutely. It's so
Well, I
good seeing
appreciate
you.
you guys.
No problem.
Yeah, it's good seeing you too. And I'm so glad to see your success and how well you're doing with
Thank you
WOW and
so
these
much.
young people. So
Thank
I
you
knew you
so
would be
much.
great. I just knew it.
Thank you so much.
So it's glad to see it come to pass.
Right.
And be sure to let Trevor know I give him my love as well. I haven't seen him in a while. And her son is one of the best photographers, and I don't say that just to say it. He's one of the best. When I was first starting out, when I only had a couple bucks, he took my first few photo shoots. So her son, they're all around talented for sure. So be sure to give him my love, and I hope he's well also.
I will.
All right.
I will.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank you, Miss Norman. I truly do. I want to truly thank you for just
Yes.
blessing us with your presence. And I want to thank everyone at the shop. Thank you.
Yes, thank you all.
You know, my question to you is, how do we get, I know we have some youth and they're not, some are not old right now, but what are the steps for them to come to your program or to your organization? What do they need to do?
Oh, great question. Thank you. So in order to get enrolled as a barber student, you have to have at least a 10th grade education, be of good moral character, and register with the state of Michigan, which is probably about an $80 cost for an application fee, and then the tuition for schooling itself. And then it's, like I said, it's a year-long program, but then once you complete the 1,800 hours, you go to the state, you take your state exam, and then you become a licensed professional. So it's all worth it. I do want to go back to mentioning what Mr. Dennis was talking about, the Martin Luther King Day event that we have each year. We'll probably do something like a Zoom, and we'll probably have these future professionals that are behind me. They're probably going to be involved as well in some capacity, and doing some demonstrations and different things like that on Martin Luther King Day. That's absolutely free. It just introduces the field of barbering and what we do to the young people. So if anybody is interested, I will get, as soon as I have the flyers or the information available, I will make that available to you, Coach, and you can pass it along to your students. Is that okay?
That is great. That is great.
All right. And also, I know we'll be talking again prior to your event on January the 10th, right?
That is correct. That is correct.
Okay. I don't want to put it out there too soon, but we have some exciting things lined up for the young people prior to that event.
Yes.
Okay.
And we will contact you because we want to make this one of the best events, and I'm glad that you are a partner to it. So
yes, thank you so much. Thank you
Awesome.
so much.
No problem. No problem.
All right.
And this
All right,
guy back here, he's definitely gonna be there.
Mhm.
All right.
Jeremy, that's all he's been talking about. So he's
All
definitely
right.
gonna be there.
Right.
Excellent.
Right.
Appreciate you. All right, everybody, tell Miss Norman and the team thank you for coming in and talking to us.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Thank
coming
Thank
in.
you for using
Everybody
my
come
time.
off mute real
I
quick
appreciate
so
it.
she can hear the YA love. Go ahead and everybody
Thank
come
you
off
so
mute.
much for coming.
Thank you.
I
Thanks so much
appreciate
for
it.
your
Thank
time.
Thank you. Thank you again.
Thank you.
All right.
You all
I'll
be
talk to you
safe.
later. I'll talk to y'all later. Thank you again.
All right.
thank you. Yeah.
All
Bye bye now.
Bye-bye.
Okay.